You're tuned into All2ReelToo. Be sure to subscribe, download, share the show with a friend, and stop by All2ReelToo.com for our social links, Patreon, and TeePublic store info.
Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All2ReelToo. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame Ball Grabber and Carta.
So you're a ball grabber, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. That's the name they gave me.
So, nobody can see me because this is just an audio podcast, but I just wanted to mention the fact that I'm no longer within my body. This mad scientist took my brain...
Yeah.
And put it into an animatronic. I'm randomly in a Chuck E. Cheese body right now.
I mean,
yeah.
You just got to do what you got to make do with what you got, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I think for the rest of my life, I'm going to look like Chuck E. Cheese. I guess
it could
be worse. I mean,
it could be worse. You could look like Donald Trump or something, or or whatever. So
at least they didn't take the Donald Trump animatronic from the Hall of Presidents in Disney World and put my brain in that.
Yeah, it's kind of good that they didn't do that.
It'd be like the first time that Donald Trump ever had a brain in a body that looked like his.
You could look like the rat from Chuck E. Cheese. I think you're doing better than looking like all of those guys put together.
Have you ever seen... I went to that Hall of Presidents once.
Yeah.
When I was younger. This is like obviously before Trump was ever in office.
Yeah.
And, it's creepy as fuck.
I mean, anything that's wax freaks me out.
No, they're not wax. They're
not. Okay.
They're animatronics.
Oh, okay.
They're like audio animatronics, and there's just this uncanny. They got like they look like they've got all the presidents there, and wow. Yeah, you should look up video of it. It's really creepy, especially if you see ones that were presidents within your lifetime that you know what they look like.
Yeah.
It's just that uncanny valley sort of thing. Like, it's like, it kind of looks like Trump, but it's not quite there, so it's just kind of weird sort of thing.
There's a whole psychological thing too about why people are more disturbed by things that look close enough to the real thing as opposed to something and the reason why I think is because humans are kind of wired to try to see through deception. And so, like we see a dog, we know a dog's not trying to impersonate like a human being or whatever. But if you see something that looks sort of human, then it's kind of like freaks you out because like, what is this thing? Why is it trying to look like me? Kind of thing like that. And it's interesting.
Yeah, it's why in video games and stuff, when they start to get more and more realistic, it's kind of creepy. Yeah,
I just don't like. That's why I don't like new modern games. I think at a certain point, when you made the graphics so good, because like the whole point of video games was like a power of like imagining to some degree, and
I don't think they've gotten quite to the uncanny valley aspect.
But they've gotten pretty close though. I think
they're holding back on it enough to make it where it's not quite uncanny and it's an animated person. In most of the video games, I don't play video games, so I don't know, but most of the clips I've seen online and stuff from modern video games, of course they're going to look better than Mario and Sonic and shit, but whatever. But it's okay. I'm living inside of a rat body.
And I like those old games. You know why I like those old games?
Why?
Because a lot of them were released between the years 1985 and 1994. Oh, wait a minute. What else happened in 1994?
Well,
Great segue.
1994, a lot of great movies came out in 1994. Yes. Wasn't that like the year that like Pulp Fiction or something came out and all these different ones? I don't know, maybe around that time. But yeah, then there was this movie called Tammy and the T-Rex.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there are two different versions of the movie out there that you can watch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think the one that both. Where did you watch the film?
On Plex.
On Plex. Yeah, because there's one that's really gory, and there's a PG-13 version.
I watched the one with a lot of gore.
Yeah, I mean they both have decent amount of gore. The one I saw was the PG-13 version. It was still.
Well, I don't know what's the difference. I mean, I saw gore.
Yeah, there's like 6 minutes added of stuff that may help it. So, but the plot's still the same. So we're not going to be on different pages here when we talk about it. Luckily. But I was just curious about that because Vinegar Syndrome released back in 2019, I think, the gore cut because somebody found they found a 35 millimeter print of the original cut of the movie that had more of the gore in it. The studio made him cut it down to a PG-13. So anyways, and by he, I mean the director of this film, Stuart Raffel, R-A-F-F-I-L-L, who we've already covered one film of before.
Oh, yeah.
Mac and Me.
Oh, God, yeah. the McDonald's / Coke commercial.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he directed that. He also directed a future film that I want to cover. Actually, two future films that I want to cover. The Ice Pirates. I also want to cover Mannequin 2 on the Move. Yeah, which I really like. But it's okay.
I briefly remember watching the first Mannequin movie, but I don't hardly remember anything about it.
I have the Mannequin 2-disc set that has both of the movies in it. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I've watched them both several times. I'm a big fan of the Mannequin films for some reason. They're both cheesy and bad as hell, but that's okay. Yep. But yeah, he directed that. He's also directed the Philadelphia Experiment.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, just kind of weird, random stuff. Anyways, so he co-wrote this movie with Gary Brockett. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but now I'm just thinking of him as like a dancing guy at, Radio City Music Hall. Anyway, he's known as an actor, director, and other things. He's only written two things: a short film called Deceit, and then he wrote Tammy and the T-Rex. So yeah, but he's like directed different things, like I don't know, bunch of bad shit.
Yeah,
but so, and this film stars a young Denise Richards as Tammy, aka Tanny. I'll get into that in a minute. Theo Forsett as Byron. Paul Walker, a young Paul Walker, rest in peace, as Michael. Ellen Dubin as Helga. Terry Kiser as Dr. Walkenstein. George Buck Fowler as Norval. Andrew McRanus as Taco McParker. I don't know. Anyways,
what?
That's the character's name.
Okay. All right.
We've got Ken Carpenter as Neville. John Franklin as, I kind of listed as Bobby, or no, as Bobby. Yeah, we got George Pilgrim as Billy, who's the bad guy.
Okay.
John Franklin, who people may know from Children of the Corn when he was a kid.
Nice.
We've also got Sean Whalen as Weasel. There are two people that I'm friends with on Facebook in this movie, both Terry Kiser and Sean Whalen. So, yeah. So if you guys are listening, thanks. There's a J.J. Saunders as Sheriff Black. Yeah, he's a black sheriff, and they named him Sheriff Black. Yeah, there's this is also the first movie for Poppy Montgomery, who went on to be a decent star as a Party Girl #1. Also, an interesting the pizza boy in this movie is played by Efren Ramirez, who played Pedro in Napoleon Dynamite. Yeah, in his first movie. So, yeah.
Wow, that's great.
So, the Internet Movie Database logline for this film is: an evil scientist implants the brain of a murdered high school student, Michael, into a Tyrannosaurus. He escapes, wreaks vengeance on his high school tormentors, and reunites with his sweetheart, Tammy. Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
The tagline for the poster of this movie was, "He's the coolest pet in town."
Not a pet.
No.
What?
That's on the poster that they have on IMDb for the movie, and I'm just
Doesn't make any sense at all. But okay. He's not like he got his brain to like a dog or something like that. Like that doesn't even make any sense. Like what?
I don't know how many people have a Tyrannosaurus Rex as their pet, but
I know.
Like animatronic one at that point.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. It's not even like living.
So, initial thoughts on this movie?
I don't know. It's like literally insane. This is one of the craziest movies I've ever seen. I mean, the premise alone is just out of this world, but the way it was made, like some of these scenes, I'm like, who writes this stuff? I mean, it's just like the way it was executed is just absolutely out of this world. Like you got the whole thing with like the fights between the guys. They're always grabbing each other's balls and they won't let it go and stuff like that. I'm like, what's going on here? And like the whole thing with Billy, where it's like, do the police even exist in this world? How does this guy not have a restraining order against them? Yeah,
they have police. There's just
yeah, but like, how many times is
they're homophobic and sexist? But yeah, they're police.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's 1994. And it's police. Yeah, but I mean, this guy Billy seems like he can just go where he pleases, no matter what, even though he should have a restraining order filed against him, and every time he breaks it, the police should immediately arrest him and like punish him somehow. Don't just release him for making threats against people. They're like, oh yeah, go ahead and go, it's fine or whatever. Yeah.
So this film, before we get any into the plot more or anything, I will tell you this. I think this is one of my favorite movies ever.
It's hilarious. It is, though.
I loved it. But so a little bit of trivia here. First off, to save money, all locations were within 25 minutes of the director's house. During a production, a big fire destroyed lots of properties.
Oh, no.
Not part of the thing. That was just, like one of these probably California fires or whatever. So smoke is visible in the background of some scenes.
Oh,
Writer-director Stuart Raffel said in an interview, and here's the interesting thing about this movie, that the idea for this film only happened because they had access to a full-size T-Rex animatronic. A guy came to him who owned theaters in South America, and he said he had the T-Rex that was going to an amusement park in Texas. The eyes worked, the arms moved, the head moved. He told Raffel he wanted to use it to make a movie. So Raffel asked what the story was, and the guy said there wasn't one yet, but they had to start filming within the month because he only had the T-Rex for 2 weeks.
Wow.
So Raffel wrote the story in a week and worked on the script as they filmed. Even said he was constantly asking the cast and crew if they had anything better that they could add.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah, a lot of the gory scenes were deleted to secure PG-13 rating.
Yeah.
So they found that 35 millimeter print and re-released it as the gore cut. Interesting fact: there's speaking of video games that we were talking about earlier. There's a video game called High on Life that was released in 2022, and inside the video game you can watch the entire movie.
Oh my god! Wow,
it's just in the game.
Wow.
So there's several reasons behind this. Okay, so either the person who was making the title cards for the movie fucked up and thought that the main character's name was Tanny with N's, or that was the original title. We're not really sure.
Okay.
So the title card, like seen on the restored uncut version, says Tanny and the Teenage T-Rex. And it also credits throughout the whole thing Denise Richards as Tanny instead of Tammy.
So they're trying to do the whole like teen movie type thing, like come see this cool movie, bros. It's awesome.
So during filming, a stuntman got bitten by the jaguar.
I know. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Please tell me they didn't kill the thing. Did the animal? Did they?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
Oh no. All right.
During filming, 23-year-old Denise Richards dated 21-year-old Paul Walker.
Okay.
Which is interesting because I don't think they had any chemistry whatsoever on screen together, but that's just me.
Well, they seem to offer their real relationship, so
yeah.
I don't know.
J.J. Saunders, his final role before his death, he was the sheriff, black. I'm assuming all the wild animals are okay because Stuart Raffle is a supporter of conservation of wild animals.
Okay.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Efren Ramirez, who, we know from Napoleon Dynamite, also worked with Ellen Dublin, who plays, Helga or whatever, in Napoleon Dynamite. They were both in that movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So an interesting fact here too. So the end of the movie, which we'll get to later, we'll talk about what that is later, is interesting because currently Denise Richards is working as a OnlyFans model.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. But anyways, back to the movie and the plot. What goes down in T-Rex Town here?
Okay. Michael is dating Tammy, and Tammy's ex-boyfriend, Billy, is always stalking her and harassing her, and then gets into a fight with Michael because he doesn't want to run away from the bully. And so they get into this huge fight. And by the way, the security people don't come in until like 15 minutes after the fight starts. So where were they the whole time? But I don't know. Like you could let like a whole brawl take place before you intervene. Like,
not to mention the fact that Billy looks like he's about 45.
Well, I know. No, he's got like a Rick Derringer look to him, like and so during this fight, they each grab each other's balls and they won't let go until the other one lets go. But neither of them are going to let go because they don't trust the other one to play fairly. And what's that?
I've only been in one fight in my life, and I don't know about this thing. I mean, is this a thing people do where they just grab each other's?
I've never seen that. So that's like that must be like a Tammy T-Rex unique thing or whatever. Because I've never, and like Billy, he's so exaggerated whenever he gets grabbed. Like, like at first I thought he was like joking, like he was being sarcastic, like pretending that Michael like hurt him really bad. Then he was going to get up and start laughing, but no, he just kept crying. Like, oh, he's not joking. Okay, he's actually in a severe amount of pain. And
it turns out that Michael was actually wearing a cup the whole time.
That's right. He was pretending to be in pain. And so
how would Billy not have noticed that he was wearing a cup?
Don't know. Yeah, exactly. Who knows? And so Billy's like, I'm going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. And so like, there was actually a fun little twist here because like we're being led to believe that Billy's going to kill Michael because he's a raving psychopath and he's super violent. And the police in this town don't seem to do anything except for make homophobic jabs against the sheriff's son.
Yeah.
Which that seems inappropriate on multiple levels right there because now you're making fun of chain of command. So but he's a black sheriff, so I guess that's count. He's Sheriff Black, and he's Black Sheriff. But no, it's not actually Billy that kills him. He tries to kill him, but is unsuccessful at doing so. So Tammy's like, come over. I know I told you not to come over, but I want you to come over now. So he comes over, and then he's like, just come through the window. And then one of Billy's like pseudo girlfriends, basically just like sex objects, are driving by the house, and they're like, let's call Billy. This is going to be great or whatever. They see him climbing through the window. And so Billy and his gang show up, break into the house.
Yeah. So
they don't get charged with breaking and entering or committing violence or like.
Plus, I have a problem with Tammy's parents. So
yeah.
The mom's like, should we call the cops? And it's like,
yeah,
no, I'll take care of this.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
And then,
you're not gonna,
and like 30 people it's like a home invasion, and like 30 people just come into your house. It's like, what the fuck?
And you start breaking shit. You break down the door. So breaking and entering, causing damage to property, threats of physical violence. And then how is this guy not in jail? Like, I don't like. Is like his dad like the prison warden there or something that we don't know about?
I think
that he just
time that he was in jail or something, and then he got out.
Yeah, but not really, because how can he keep getting out if he's doing this stuff all the time? I mean, like, I don't know. And then we don't even have a backstory as to why they even in the first place. Why was she even with the guy that was like this psychotic and violent? I mean, like, I get like girls go for the bad boy sometimes, but there's a difference between a bad boy and like an actual like violent sociopath. Like you know what I mean? Who's like breaking into your house every day and like threatening to kill your boyfriend and stuff like that. Like a little bit different, but
yeah, there's a major difference between like Dylan on 90210 and what this guy's doing, you know? It's just like...
Yeah. And so he's like, I'm going to kill you, blah, blah, blah. And so they chase him down. They beat him up real bad. You think like Billy's going to kill him, right? He's hitting him with a baseball bat. He's like, oh, he's just going to beat him to death with the bat. No, not really. And so they take him into, this is how absurd and fucking crazy this movie is. So whoever wrote this has to be like kind of a psychopath too, because like they take him to a wildlife reserve. They cut open the chain links. Billy says like, I'm not going to actually kill you this time. I'm going to let you go. But if if I ever see you again, I'm actually going to kill you for real. And then basically they just leave and just let the wildlife take care of him. And so, a lion tries to get him. He climbs up the tree, but then there's a panther right up the tree. So he's like, fuck, I got to get up the tree now. And he gets down. A lion mauls him. But he's not dead yet either. So it's a double fake out. So we're like, oh, Billy's going to kill him. Oh, no, Billy's not going to kill him. He's going to let the lion kill him. Then the lion doesn't kill him. So who kills him, Mike? What's the big reveal here? Like, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I was just going to say, I think it's crazy, too, that all these people, like, they're in their cars and they drive right into this animal sanctuary. And they're, like, driving, like, quite a while into it before they drop them off. And they're like in convertibles and
they're in a convertible. Exactly. Like
why didn't the lions or tigers or whatever eat the
Well, I've seen, for some reason, like I've seen safaris and stuff. It does seem that they do kind of leave people in cars alone for the most part. Like if they're driving, at least. Like, I mean, if you stop, they might like investigate, like, what the fuck is this thing? They might like try to attack you. But if you're driving, it's still not smart to be driving in the middle of the night in the convertible in the wildlife reserve. By the way, what kind of reserve where all you need is some bolt cutters
to get in
to get into it? I mean, I know it's the 90s, but come on.
You think there'd be like a security on duty or something,
Well, there was later on, but he showed up like way, way late.
Yeah.
And so he's not killed by Billy. He's not killed by the lion. So we're like, well, who is going to murder this guy? Like
the lion that puts like the stunt man's head in its mouth, like for real. Like I'm watching that scene and the frickin' guy that's obviously not Paul Walker has his head inside the mouth of this lion.
But yeah, he like bites the guy's head. Somehow doesn't die from that. Somehow the guard comes and shoots the poor lion, kills the lion for being a lion, essentially. So if anything, Billy now should be charged with killing a protected animal class. So that should also come with a hefty prison sentence right there for that. So he's responsible now for the death of an innocent lion who does what lions do and hunts things. And in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. So it's not the lion that kills him. It's not Billy. So who kills him? What the murder took place here? What?
He ends up in the hospital, and we meet his drunk uncle.
Yeah, exactly. Literally.
Yeah, and it's not like a funny, Bobby Moynihan drunk uncle or anything from Saturday Night Live. It's a
no. Yeah.
It's like a neglectful person that's raised him since his parents died.
Right. Yep.
So we had met earlier. We hadn't mentioned we met Tammy's like best friend, who is your stereotypical gay black kid.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly. Byron.
Byron, who's also the son of Sheriff Black. So Byron Black, and not anything bad here, but he's like wearing like stereotypical early 90s, black attire, like he just, I don't know, I guess walked off the set of a Queen Latifah video or something.
Right, exactly. But he was still, I mean, he did a good job at the role he was given.
He was my favorite character in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's like, but it's just funny. They totally play up the stereotypes. But that's okay. Nothing against.
We're almost kind of winking at it though to a degree as well. I can kind of like.
Yeah. It's just sad.
They knew what they were doing. Like, yeah.
It's just sad that like at that time we're still in this. I mean, it's at that point where, you know, a gay guy can never be like the lead in the movie. It's got to be the best friend.
It's got to be a best friend or someone who's super flamboyant or like the humor, like the.
I mean, back to Mannequin. You know, there's a character in those movies that's completely similar, completely over the top, flamboyant black gay guy. But anyways, the so Byron, he's pretty cool. Byron and Tammy go to the hospital to visit him, but then we get this crazy doctor that Terry Kiser plays, and Terry Kiser, if people don't know, is Bernie from Weekend at Bernie's.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, he's the dead body.
Nice.
And I need to go back and watch those movies, but you know, it's like it's funny that he's just the dead body in those movies. But
I know, it's great.
He's also in like he's in a lot of things, but he was also in I can't remember which one, but one of the Friday the 13th movies, and he's really good in that. He's also in Mannequin 2 on the Move. So that's probably how he got the job in this movie, because he had already worked with the director. Anyways, he comes in with his sidekick Helga, who's like this tall, vaguely European German type woman.
We don't really know what she. Yeah, and
he's
like super sexual. Like she's always like wanting to do stuff with him, and he's kind of like turning her away a lot. Like, come on, we're doing business, you know. Like,
and he's kind of like vaguely European too.
Yeah, Walkenstein was his name, or Walkenstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a fake name. I'm not even sure it's the real name or not. It might just be a fake German name. Like,
I don't know. I wonder.
I don't know yet.
But anyways, he basically comes in there, and you know this hospital has the worst security, as you know, along with everything
in this
town.
Exactly.
The school.
When I type in Walkenstein, the only thing that shows up is immediately is seeing this movie.
Is it?
In the AI overview.
It's probably not a real name.
I don't think it is.
So,
I don't think it is.
But there's no security at the hospital really, because they just believe that this doctor, for some reason, they just let him go into the, you know, I mean, it's funny how, like, you know, like, for example, like most hospitals, I know the security in the 90s might not be as good as it is 30 some years later, but you know, like I was at the ER a couple of weeks ago, and the nurse had to, like, you know, swipe a card in every door that opened before she took me back to the room I was going into, you know. So it's like, so it shouldn't be that easy, you know. Somebody should have to let you in, but they can just walk right into the hospital. I always like that in movies, though. In movies and TV shows, like, you know, you always have those like episodes of like Criminal Minds or CSI or some of those where somebody walks into the hospital, and or like I think of like The Fugitive or something. They just walk right into a hospital and nobody stops anybody. Anyways, he comes in there and he's like basically declares the kid dead.
I know.
And
they're like trying for like 20 seconds to resuscitate him.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, it's sad when young people die, blah blah blah, whatever. And so he puts the kid on another bed on a what do they call those, like a gurney or whatnot? I don't know.
A gurney, kind of like something like
bed
that.
With wheels, whatever they're called.
I think it might be either.
Yeah. Goes into that, and then Helga wheels him out of the hospital after doing a couple, like, I don't know, Marx Brothers sort of things, like where she's running into walls and stuff, and
like kissing the dead body was weird, and things like that. Okay, anyway, like the dead teenager,
who I'm assuming he's underage too, so it's like creepy.
I thought they were like about to graduate high school. I don't know. It's
I don't know.
Weird. I mean, it's so fucking weird no matter what, but damn, that woman's weird, Helga. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, he steals the body, and then he takes it to this place, this warehouse where he has a animatronic T-Rex and a guy that's a computer genius played by John Franklin from Children of the Corn, who's like able to control it with a computer and stuff. And for some odd reason, he has this idea, which I kind of think might be a good idea. But the way he's going about to test it is not the best way, you know, where you just steal a teenager and put his brain inside of a animatronic T-Rex. Like, my thing is like, why was that your first choice for you want to make it so people can live forever? Like I was saying earlier, like, you know, if you want to put it into like a robotic body, like an animatronic where it can control it, like, why don't you, like, I don't know, steal one of the pirates from Pirates of the Caribbean or something, you know? I mean, fuck.
Why would your first choice be an animatronic Tyrannosaurus?
Yes.
Like, why for one thing, why would anyone even want to live as a T-Rex?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, unless you're just like weird, not as a teenage boy football player now who suddenly body of a dinosaur.
Yeah.
What? And
so they start, like, he cuts open his head. And they don't even use anesthesia on the guy. They had already, like, you know, basically gave him some kind of knockout stuff
that didn't really work.
It didn't really work.
He punched him.
Helga just keeps punching him to knock him out, but then they take, like, what looks like a jigsaw that you know got out of Grandpa's garage or something, and they you know, like,
apparently it worked. He didn't wake up, so I guess they finally did it. Were successful in not making them wake up again.
And they cut.
It was so gross too. I know, cutting open his head. Ugh, I had to look away from it.
I know. And then I
can't watch that stuff.
They put his brain in the dinosaur.
Which, again, how is the brain? How does it have sufficient electricity? Because after a while, when it's not hooked up to anything, he's just walking around town. What's it hooked up? Does it have like a backup charger, like generator inside the body of the dinosaur? I mean, how is it being powered? Like,
animatronics work on hydraulics and stuff, but you still need, like, you know, some kind of something to power them. It's just like,
you need a power source for this thing. Exactly. You can't, because it's not. See, that's the thing. It's not like it would make more sense if they found, like, somehow to reanimate a real dinosaur, take out its brain, and then put Michael's brain inside of it. Because then
at least,
you know, because it's a living being, but something that needs to be powered. I don't understand it.
And this is like, you know, it's kind of like a Frankenstein sort of thing, but with Frankenstein, he brought back to life, like, a dead corpse and stuff, you know, and this, they just kill a, like, 17-year-old kid and put his brain inside of it.
And with Frankenstein, he so many unsuccessful attempts of doing this as well. It wasn't just the first time and it worked, like, you know, type of thing.
But yeah, I mean, I guess it's like movie science. You don't have to ask how it works, but it's just.
I know, but there's something that
I know
makes a little bit of sense. So he kills the dude after they order pizza. Yeah, there's this big strong dude, Meathead, is also part of the team. What's his name, Victor or something like that? I think.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah,
I think it was Victor,
and he
was killed as well.
Yeah, they but that's later. But he But the one thing I wanted to point out here, though, first is that they're eating the pizza. And the pizza was just, you know, dropped off, you know, the guy freaked out of the dinosaur. But they're throwing the crust of the pizza inside the top of Paul Walker's head.
I know. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're very, they don't have any.
Like, we got to put it back together because we got to take it to the morgue. And it's just like,
yeah.
So anyways, the dinosaur does kill the big oafish dude. And
okay.
And then what happens to Bobby?
To Bobby?
The small computer guy, the small guy with the glasses, the computer guy.
The computer guy. He gets his head bit off after something. I don't remember now.
Yeah, well he
gets crushed. I think he's crushed. No, he gets crushed, right?
Yeah, he was like he was taunting The dinosaur.
Oh, that's right. He was taunting the dinosaur, and then he just
His
crushed him.
robotics are better than a brain.
Yeah. He was taunting Michael, and then I think he just stepped on his head or something. I don't remember exactly what he did. He bit one of their head off. I don't remember which one, but I know he crushed one and bit the head off the other. I don't remember.
Yeah, he crushed the big guy and he bit the head off.
Okay,
the little guy.
Okay, yeah. And that was because Victor had left for a while, and so he came back, and he's he just saw the pizza laying on the floor or some shit. I think what the hell is this? And then he gets killed. So basically, he just goes on a murder spree now, and just killing everyone who was involved in his murder. So he goes after the murderers first, or the actual people who murdered him. I mean, I guess a few of the people. And then he just goes around town. He kills Billy at a party. At one point, kills his
bunch of his friends,
his girl, not really his girlfriend, but just a woman he has sex with. I guess
he's trying to. Yeah, this girl that's obsessed with him. One of the girls that told him earlier that Michael had snuck into Tammy's room. Yeah,
basically I will say this though, it was a surprising for 1994, whether it was intentional or not, surprising aspect of body positivity in this movie, because at that party there's a guy who, for all intents and purposes, would be considered overweight by our society, is dancing with these girls. Yeah, and they're all for it. They're not doing it as a joke, to make fun of them. I'm that's kind of interesting to see in a 1994 movie.
Body positivity in a movie that also has homophobia. It's great.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You can't have it all. You always have to have one to counteract the other, right? You can't just have a good movie where everything is good. It's always got to be remember that episode of what was it? Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah,
where the chief is yeah, he was homophobic but not racist, which was actually pretty good back then. His old partner, I mean.
Yeah. So
something like that.
Yeah, one interesting thing is too. So he takes the girl to his convertible to have sex with her.
Yeah, and his stupid ass convertible. God.
And so that scene was really interesting because it points out how insecure Billy is.
Oh, I know.
Because he's having sex with her and he's like, I'm good, right? I'm good, right?
Yeah, because she starts screaming, but she's literally screaming because she sees Michael stand but right before them.
He needs reassurance why he's having sex with her that he's good at.
Well, yeah, because that's why he's a bully Billy over here. They're always like that. They're always insecure little bitches, So, but at the same time, it's dude, you should be able to tell the difference between screams. That was not
but it's also
not a pleasure scream. That was a terror scream.
It is interesting though that he was actually at least concerned about her having pleasure too. So he was like, I'm good, right? I'm
So again, that's another accidental positivity thing going on in this movie. I don't think they meant to do it, but then again, I think it was more for his own. Selfish. I'm good, right? So it makes
I know. I'm just joking
about himself, but and so Michael rips her leg off, kills her. She's such a coward. She asks Billy to save her and just runs away and tells everyone it's a monster.
So then at the one point, he rips off her leg and stuff, but at one point he Billy's freaking out and he runs up to a tent where people are hanging out inside and they think he's just joking that something happens and then his head gets ripped off by the.
Michael bites his head off. It was kind of fast. I was kind of hoping that he wouldn't get Billy until a little bit later in the movie, but that's fine. I was kind of hoping for more of a extended revenge, but it wasn't really about revenge because a lot of the movie was more about him getting to.
Yeah, because they got
Tammy.
Weasel earlier too because he peed on him, but yeah.
Well, it's Weasel was mocking him. Yeah. Again, what I don't understand is how are you guys not interested in the guy's who brought this piece of shit here? You thought someone just happened to randomly drop off a 20-foot animatronic T-Rex in the yard? What? Who would do that?
All of the parties I went to in high school, we had prehistoric animals there.
Yeah.
don't know about you. I mean, you know,
my favorite was when they brought the Velociraptor in, or the Velocipaster showed up to the Christian as well. But
to a Catholic school, so we always had the Velocipaster there. It was great.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so he's off, doing his thing.
Yeah, the pastor of my school was a Velocipaster. And we had a T-Rex as our president and our principal and stuff. Yeah, it was great. Mm-hmm. Good time.
Good stuff. Good times. Good. Yeah.
But yeah, though everybody's freaking out, and it was funny. Like, okay, so the hands earlier though.
Yes, the hands. Yes,
he escaped earlier though. He called up. I forgot about this. He used the payphone. And his hands like are very like dexterous or whatever, like where he can like he's trying to get like a coin out of the phone and stuff, and then he dials Tammy's number and calls her. It's just so funny because the hands are like totally just like some gloves on.
I know.
It's just hilarious.
And he just like breathes heavily, and that's somehow supposed to know it's him.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I don't understand how she would know from the breath of a dinosaur.
See, this is the other thing. This doctor, why didn't he think through this whole situation with the T-Rex, where if he wants to make people live on, to allow the T-Rex to speak English or something?
Exactly, to communicate. Well, it's a prototype. That's why he was getting started. He needed money. This was like his big investment. He's like, invest in my stuff.
I looked into it, and I guess there are studies that the vocal cords and stuff of dinosaurs back then were very similar to our own.
Oh, really?
So if it was a real dinosaur as opposed to an animatronic, he may have actually been able to talk.
Like actually speak a language. Interesting.
Yeah.
So I wonder if humans now are descendants of dinosaurs. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that's how we get the Velocipaster. But
that's how we get it, exactly. If we get the Velocipaster not from some crazy ritual.
Yeah.
And so my favorite though is when at the party he picks up Byron because he's Michael. He recognizes that money. It's not a case where it's like he wakes up with amnesia and he doesn't really know who he is. Like he knows exactly who he is. Like he just happens in the body of this animatronic dinosaur now. And so he lightly picks up Byron and then brushes his shirt off.
Yes. Like,
and he's like, "Thank you." And he runs away. Like, what the hell?
Hilarious.
Can you imagine though if that happened to you?
Yeah.
You see a dinosaur attacking and killing people at a party. You're laying on the ground. You think the dinosaur is going to kill you. Instead, gently picks you up with his feet, brushes off your shirt, and like cocks his head to you. What the hell is going on?
It gives you a look like, "Hey, dude, I know you." Like, what?
It's like, what is happening here? Yeah, and so he's like, goes tells his dad. Turns out the sheriff's his dad, and he's like, "It was a dinosaur." And he's like, "Come on, Byron." He's like, "I'm telling the truth." And then like you got the homophobic cops in the background going, if you drop something, don't bend over." Okay,
God.
Which is so weird too because the homophobia doesn't even make sense from their perspective. Because if anything, Byron's supposed to be the effeminate gay person. So why would he be the aggressive one? Exactly. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't even you can't even get your own prejudice correct. Like,
homophobia never makes sense anyway. So
it doesn't. But like, at least have the decency to like be this thing. Yeah. I don't know.
Bigots never have consistency or make sense.
Not really.
It's like,
actually, if you do, but what makes it even more terrifying is when they're like, using a lot of research into your racism. Like, those are few and far between.
But yeah, they also like the cops are like eating while they're looking at dead bodies.
I know, that's the other freaky thing. What? Why?
Yeah.
Come on, like, don't do that.
And then they like use a stick at like, I think it might be Billy's head or something like that. And like, is that his nose?
It was just so fake. It was obviously fake. Like it was like this material looks like plastic or some kind of bullshit. I don't remember what it was, and finally though, he finally hooks up with Tammy. Finds her, and it's heavily implied that they somehow had sex, which I don't understand how that would work.
Yeah, that's later on. Like first he goes to her house and then takes her out of the window. And this is midday. Did no one Did no one in her neighborhood notice a dinosaur walking down the street and abducting a girl out of her window?
This is like the town in that one movie we watched where it was like, where was it? Basically, I can't remember now what it was, but it was like they just like had no like the police did like nothing.
Yeah.
There's no like they're just like you call the cops and they just like whatever.
I want to mention to our listeners, if you happen to hear any like noises and like booms and stuff in the background, nobody's being shot or anything. This happens to be the week of July 4th that we're recording this, so there's people lighting fireworks outside my apartment.
Oh yeah.
So yeah,
they'll probably start doing it here too a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing
but like
doing it all night since around 9:00. So
yeah. And so when they get Byron, he's like, oh, they had sex, and someone says, how do you know it was the way she's walking? What does that even mean? What?
It's like,
so what you're saying? The dinosaur somehow was able to do stuff like
this brings up many questions for me.
Many questions. Like
my first question, and maybe the most important question, is: does the animatronic dinosaur have a dick?
That's what I'm starting to wonder. Probably not. But even so, how it would be so dangerous to even attempt something like that. When you're the size, you're a beast, the size 20 times, 30 times the size of this skinny girlfriend of yours. I wouldn't do it personally. I'd be like, no, that's too dangerous. But apparently she was willing, so it's fine, whatever.
I mean, every time I've never had sex with a woman, so I'm just going to let you know that.
When you're a dinosaur?
Yeah, anytime I've been a dinosaur, I didn't have sex with a woman.
I mean, that's probably the safest bet. So I think you're.
And I think anybody listening, if you ever become a dinosaur, don't have sex with your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Unless she also becomes a dinosaur.
If she becomes a dinosaur, also an animatronic dinosaur as well.
Yeah,
it should be fine. I don't know because the science is not there yet, really catching up. But we'll see.
I have so many biological questions that I just don't really want to get into, but I'm just
so many. It's a minefield. It really is a minefield of questions unanswered and probably best left unsaid.
I do think dinosaurs have penises, but I don't think animatronic dinosaurs usually have.
I don't think you would, even if we're going to talk about like an expert. I'm not an expert on like dinosaur, so I don't.
No, I mean, I think I'm guessing that even like the animatronic Donald Trump at the Hall of Presidents doesn't have a little mushroom dick.
Yeah, I actually do now think I have an answer to the question, which I'm fortunate that I do. Okay, here's the answer. I'm pretty sure. So later on, when they escape, she's riding him like a horse, and then one of the cops goes, "Wow, she can sure ride." So she was riding the fucking dino. That's how they had sex. I'm certain now that's what happened, according to the pervert cop.
Yeah,
that seems to be what happened.
And the fact that he's sexualizing a teenager is just kind of gross. But anyway, so
I mean, it's Denise Richards. I mean, like it's
and she was 23 when she shot the movie, but
and then later on, she does like a complete striptease. So obviously, they wouldn't have an
other thing I want to do that. Yeah, we'll get to that.
But they wouldn't have an underage teenager doing a striptease. I would hope that they wouldn't do that. So then again, it was the 90s, so who knows? But
I mean,
was a Starship Troopers. That's right. There we go. Of course.
Yes. This is post that Pretty Baby movie with Brooke Shields when she was like a little girl. So I mean, you never.
Oh my God.
Saying that's kind of gross. But anyways,
I was born way before I when I first heard of.
Hello.
There was like, there's no way that could have happened, right? And they're like, no, it's real. And I'm like, no, it's not. And then like Brooke Shields actually like wrote an article or said like, oh, this was actually for real. Like this actually happened. Like it wasn't just some like edgy person like trying to be funny online or something like that.
I didn't hear the beginning of that because you cut out.
I know. I'm not sure. No, I was just saying that like I actually thought that like people were being sarcastic when they were saying that stuff. I had no idea that actually was true with the whole Pretty Baby thing or whatever.
That movie, yeah.
And then like I saw an interview with her. She was talking about it. I'm like, oh, it wasn't just some like edgy person like trying to make like an off-color joke. Like this was really something that happened just because her parents signed off on it, and somehow that made it okay.
Girl,
huh?
She was in Playboy when she was a little girl.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking of something. Okay.
No, I'm saying she's naked in that movie, but she was also they put her in Playboy when she was a teenager, I think.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, that one's just a complete new one for me right now. What? I mean,
rules in filmmaking and in magazines changed after that majorly.
I would think so. Yeah, that would be.
I have to look more into that, but I remember listening to this Lolita podcast and they're talking about that in there. So yeah, about the history of the Nabokov book. So yeah.
I remember because she was doing an interview with Colbert, I think, and she also said they had her some like Levi jean ads at one point.
Yeah, it was
nothing comes between me and Levi's or something.
It was a different jean company. Something I can't remember what it is, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, so back to the movie.
Fucking crazy. Yeah. The movie. So pervert cop is sexualizing who he believes to be a teenager, saying how great she can ride. This is on a T-Rex. So it's like, are you getting aroused? And for one thing, that's already like uncalled for right then and there. But also, you got the dinosaur aspect. So are you aroused for the one or the both? Is this like a thing? Like the whole scenario is what you're into?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of weird, dude. Maybe you're the one that's, because you're saying homophobic shit. Maybe you got some like your own stuff going on.
I think there's a lot going on in those guys.
I think there's a lot going on in Norville's mind or whatever his fucking name, Norville. Even a real name. Anyway, yeah.
Anyways, back to the plot. We've got so basically they take off and the reason that she found out that he was in the body though too earlier, we had like a charades scene between a dinosaur.
Oh, right. Yes.
She had like a bracelet that Michael gave her, and he keeps pointing to the bracelet and then to his brain, and then he's like doing this thing with his fingers where it's like rain and it rhymes with it, sounds like it. It was just
finally gets it. Yeah.
It's just so funny that she was able to actually even understand that. And she was like, Michael's brain is in your it's just like,
it didn't even take that long to same thing happened with Byron. When like Byron just like immediately believes. It's like he's like, I know because he picked me up and brushed my shirt off.
Yeah.
So therefore it's Michael. It's like, what? That's a pretty big stretch.
So they also have like a funeral for Michael, and the dinosaur is there watching and everything. So then they have a scene where they go to try to find a more suitable body for him.
Oh my
God.
Like
a human body. They go to the morgue.
Yeah.
And it's like this scene where they're just like trying to try on bodies sort of thing. It's just like this stupid.
It's so creepy.
But the way
they're having Byron pick him up and show it to the window. And
it's like they're shopping or something. It's just like, what the fuck?
And he's like putting his thumbs down.
Yeah.
And then like at one point they have a black guy and he says no. He's like, I hope that's not a race thing.
Yeah.
No, we just want someone who looks cute. Or whatever. And then at one point when they bring the female body, he's like not sure right away. Yeah. So he's like, I don't want a girl. I don't want a girlfriend. I want Michael. Oh God.
So anyways, they go on this like they start going this Walkenstein, what is the name? Walkenstein?
I think it's Walkenstein, yeah.
Walkenstein goes on like this pursuit of them, and so the basically what ends up happening is like eventually Michael kills the doctor at this barn that they went to hide.
Yeah.
So the police officers like basically destroy the mechanical dinosaur by shooting at him. We don't really see much shooting there because you probably didn't want to destroy the animatronic that you borrowed from this guy for a couple weeks.
Borrowed from them. Which again, why I don't understand how this works.
Well, yeah.
So is he dead now because of the body he's in? That's not even a living body.
Yeah,
but
I also have questions about the body too. Earlier at the funeral, the dinosaur's crying. Did they put tear ducts in the body? In the
right, exactly. Wait, exactly. Well, that makes no sense at all. Like,
no.
How does he have
animatronics? Can't cry unless you make.
How does he have tears?
Like them to cry.
Then later on, when they try to basically get him. He's like, "Oh, I'll give it a sedative," and they're like, "Wait, why would an animatronic need a sedative?"
Yeah,
and he's like, "Oh, well, it's a very new science. It's like we use these crystals." It's like, what?
it's like jargon that makes no sense.
Just making shit up. Like, it's very, very new. Like, it's just like,
but anyways, they basically,
man.
After he kills the doctor, the police officers basically destroy the animatronic, and so
he slashes him in the stomach with his talons or whatever.
My thing is like, should they arrest the brain because it just went through and killed a bunch of people?
Yeah, but it killed its murderers. It's okay. Like, and it's like it's a whole unique situation. I don't think.
To be fair, Billy didn't kill him. He just left him.
No, Billy tried to kill him though.
Yeah, I'm just saying
that counts for something. No, Billy thought that the lion was going to kill him, so that wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't think. At least as far as I know, he didn't think. Unless maybe he did know that the security guard was like going to be there soon and would just shoot the lion anyway. Which again, though, that still means you're now responsible for the death of a wild creature. So that's also a very hefty crime there. So
So then we end the movie with the weirdest fucking scene I've ever seen in a movie.
Yeah, what was this? I mean,
so Tammy has Michael's brain in like what looks like a punch bowl.
I guess
in her childhood bedroom.
Yeah,
she goes up there past her parents, and her parents seem to know that their daughter has her boyfriend's brain in the bedroom, connected to a computer and a camcorder, so he can see her somehow. And he can talk now.
Yeah, it could talk now. But who gave him the computer? He said the analyst. Who's the analyst? We don't know anything about this person.
Yeah. And and I guess he can drink too, because and she's a teenager and she's got alcohol.
Which is weird. She pours alcohol. I guess technically, since the brain alcohol does affect the brain, maybe pouring it on the brain would do. I don't know if it would do anything. But
I mean, I don't drink, but I think what I'm going to do later is cut open my head and just go buy go buy some rum or something and pour it on my head. Anyway, so
that's gonna hurt real bad. That's the other thing too. Why is it not hurting? Because the pain is from the brain center.
And the brain's just out in the open. That's what I'm saying. It's like in the punch.
That's what I'm saying. How is he not in complete misery at this point? And then pouring alcohol on the exposed brain.
Yeah.
And he wants more. He's like, I can't give you more. Like,
and then she does a strip tease for him in like a weird,
And where does she get this outfit? Where does she get this outfit? That's what I want to know.
I mean, it looks like Emma Frost or something from the X-Men or something, but
her parents just let her just do this. Like, they don't even ask any questions. Like,
her parents are really stupid because they didn't want to call before 30 people came into their house.
Exactly. Yeah, and they already know Billy is like crazy to begin with him.
So
and that's how the movie ends. Like, you got to get me a. Oh yeah, he starts literally sparking.
Yeah,
I was worried like the brain was gonna like really fry itself.
That gives me other questions. Like, is he having an orgasm or?
Well, yeah, I think that was what it was, or he's just really excited too.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't think
he's like, I need a body. You got to get me a body real soon. I can't take this anymore. And it's like, okay, I get that. Granted, it's Denise Richards, but maybe don't have her like tease you that way so that you don't have to like worry about that. Like, that could be a thing too, right? Like, just don't put yourself in a situation where
you're a prude.
You can't take it anymore. What's that?
You're a prude. I'm joking.
No, I'm just saying, like, it's obvious. Like, don't have your girlfriend dress up in like stripper wear when you can't actually do anything with your excitement. Maybe just don't have her do that for a while until she finds you a new body. I don't know.
Yeah.
That could be something. But
I'm really sad there was never a sequel where she like went around and, just like kept, like watching the news to see if like somebody got hit by a car or something so she could take the body.
And she just like, this one's it. Like, this is my other thing. Okay. So, but now that I'm thinking about the biology of all this, so let's dig into this for a minute. So, earlier in the movie, Dr. Walkenstein starts pressing different parts of the brain to make the body do certain things.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm not neuroscience guy or whatever, but then I would assume since like this butt in the brain makes you kick your leg out, the other one he calls an erection.
Yeah.
So is there a thing where you could tap a part of the brain that essentially just gives you an orgasm? So couldn't she just be tapping that thing constantly? Or,
Yeah, but
that he could still...
does your brain then feel like it's having an orgasm if you're not actually, releasing semen? I'm confused.
Well, I would think so, because sometimes you could feel like pain in the dream, or sometimes you could feel stuff in the dream. Then again, no, you're still attached to your body, so I guess that would.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Yeah, maybe you can't.
I mean, there is like phantom pains and stuff like that too. Like if somebody lost an arm in the war or something, and they still feel their fingers or whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
He could feel the alcohol being poured on it, so that obviously, so it can feel a physical response through the alcohol. So why isn't she just tapping that brain?
And does he need to have the alcohol before he can? Anyway, I'm
not sure. There's lots of unanswered, probably best left unanswered questions when it comes to the how the sexual relationships can exist between an animatronic dinosaur and a human woman and or loose brain. And
if you're a scientist, you're listening to this episode. Please reach out at mike@cullenpark.com.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if there was just randomly going through podcasts and just lands on this? Like this person's like in the middle of like their neuroscience PhD and they just want to take a break and they're like,
"Can you just explain to me the science of Tammy and the T-Rex?
How does this work? How specifically, how does the sexual stuff work between Tammy and the dinosaur? That's like the most important part of the movie.
And to a lesser extent, just explain to me how an animatronic dinosaur cries. But
yeah, exactly. Real tears apparently just streaming down its face.
Yes.
After the uncle is talking about how he really misses him, which again is so weird because we have no indication this uncle cares about him at all. Like even when he died, he's just like, "That's a terrible thing." What? Your nephew just died. Like what? Okay.
Anyways, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I don't. No.
I think we've said everything there is.
We've said everything that needs to be said about this.
Yeah.
They should make a sequel though. I would watch a sequel, like a Tubi sequel. That would be kind of cool.
It kind of sucks that Paul Walker's dead though. So
because they could give him another body, just like in the movie, right? So they could just say it's different. It's a different body and voice. That's the other thing too. So when they gave him another body, presumably he would have a different voice, right? Too, right? Because it's a totally different vocal cords and stuff like that. Like
how the computer sounds exactly like Paul Walker. I just don't.
Exactly. That makes no sense either. Anyway, we'll have to get into that, the mechanics of that later. But
if you're a scientist, like a computer scientist or
if you can like tell us,
logical scientist or a neuroscientist or something like that, just let us know if you can answer any of these questions.
This makes a little bit more sense than Weird Science when the woman was literally made completely out of computer.
Yeah.
So this at least you're taking a human brain that already exists and you're putting it into an animatronic dinosaur that's not powered by any source that we're aware of, and somehow the brain can still survive without any oxygen or without any kind of like but the brain was at one point a living thing, whereas a Weird Science is just a computer that manifests a woman. And
yes.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter how many times incels have tried, that really can't happen. But
just can't do it. I'm sorry, guys. Just can't. Don't try anymore.
No matter how much you fall in love with your Chat GPT, you're not gonna.
You're not gonna get your.
You're not gonna
name.
You're not gonna get Kelly LeBrock to come out of your computer screen,
or whatever. Yeah,
I asked her to marry me, and she said yes,
or whatever. Yeah. Okay, dumbass.
Anyways, folks, thanks for listening to this. If you can, like I said, you can email us and let us know any of that stuff at mike@cullenpark.com. Also, go to all2reeltoo.com and check out our TeePublic, our Patreon. You can join for free. It's a little hard to do it, but if you have any issues, message me about joining for free if you want to join for free. Also, you can do a free trial of our $1 a month plan. Our tier there, and you can get a lot of cool stuff. If you want to know more, just go to all2reeltoo.com and click the Patreon link on there. And like I said, TeePublic, you can get a lot of cool stuff. Buy some t-shirts and junk like that. Also, just tell your friends about the podcast. That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Leave a 5-star review wherever you can do that. Comment below our videos on YouTube. Even if you just comment that you hate us, I don't care. Just comment. The interaction is good, man. It's all good. Also, like I said, just tell a friend. Tell a dinosaur. An animatronic dinosaur with a human brain inside of it. Maybe you can get them to listen to the podcast.
Yeah,
that'd be great. And be different. Be yourself. Remember that trans lives are human lives. No human is illegal. Fuck ICE. Free Palestine. And remember that I love you. And for the rest of my life, I'm going to be trying to figure out how a brain or an animatronic dinosaur has sex with a girl until I figure that out. Sesame loves you.
I do.
And until next time, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All2ReelToo podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.
I don't think I can be your friend, Isabella said. Rebecca's stomach flipped. This is the love story of real hinge couple Isabella and Rebecca, written and read by me, Tammy Denton-Hurst. Listen to the free audiobook now.
Hello?
Look what TJ Maxx dragged in.
The Devil Wears Prada 2 is now streaming on Disney Plus and Hulu.
We are digital, we are downloadable, we are streamable.
The fashion event of the year is certified fresh.
Pull yourself together, we have work to do.
Critics say it's smart and witty and the perfect sequel.
That's all.
Get runway ready for The Devil Wears Prada 2 on Disney Plus and Hulu. Rated PG-13.
Ouch. This knee is killing me, but I can't stop training. The marathon is in 2 weeks.
Let's get on ZocDoc and find a doctor to take a look at that for you.
Okay.
Here's a review. Dr. Craddock really takes his time.
No, I don't have time.
What about Dr. Charles? His patients say he can help find a quick fix, and he's in network.
Great, now we're talking. Book it.
Booked. 1 mile down, 19 to go.
Bring it on.
You've got options. Download the ZocDoc app today.